I've been watching the UFC since the early 2000s, not actively as much as I'm doing now, but because of my cousins and family, they would put on the fights and play the games, and I was a big fan of Anderson Silva, wanting to get into the sport ever since I was a kid. Being in the community for so long, I'm pretty confident in saying that it's a pretty sexist group of people. You can see when Trump walks into a UFC event, he's met with a bunch of love, so yeah, it's kind of a more right-leaning sport, kind of anti-woke. Yeah, I do want to give the UFC and the MMA in general its flowers. It's a multicultural group of people that love the sport, from the Dagestani wrestlers to the Brazilian jiu-jitsu specialists. You have so much people who respect and love the sport in every culture and different parts of the country, and it brings us together. But like I said, it is pretty misogynistic. Having women in the sport has definitely changed the game. When it was coming up, you had a lot of people shitting on women. Now they're just part of the sport. The reason I'm making this video and talking about this in general is there is a content creator named MMA Guru who just got in some heat for what he posted on Twitter. MMA Guru, in his defense, is a pretty great content creator. When he talks about the UFC and MMA in general, he has a great insight for the sport. He's actually really good at making these calls and predictions, and I thoroughly enjoy some of his videos. Yet, he is sort of kind of crazy, and he has terrible takes on a lot of cultural, non-UFC issues, I would say. He got in trouble because he posted this tweet where he made fun of this chick, just her overall appearance. People clap back at him. I don't know why this is the one that really got people. Maybe it just caught the right eyes, but people just started dumping on him. People like Michael Bisping, people like Nina Drama, and I think it's justified. Came out of nowhere. That lady was just asking a question, and he just wanted to dogpile on her. I think the biggest reason I wanted to make this is because people are going to sit here and say, like, he's getting canceled. Oh my God, the woke. No, if you said this like in the middle of an airport, if you said this in the middle of a mall and you went, look at that fat bitch over there, people are going to be like, you're fucking weird. And that's what happened. People just called him out for being kind of a weirdo. I'm sure it landed to some people. I'm sure it was funny to some people, but it is weirdo behavior just to comment on some chick who never really attacked you or did anything with you. Yet, the biggest reason I wanted to make this video is because in this time, he also got attacked by Nina Drama, a person who is a content creator in the UFC space. She's pretty controversial herself. You know, she's kind of this goofy personification of the UFC sport, which is fine. She's a fun interviewer at times, and sometimes obnoxious too, to me. MMA Guru and her started attacking each other, and I think this is where everything got messy. I think it's very clear cut to say what he said was just a stupid joke, and people like him are just kind of miserable. Yet, he pointed out the hypocrisy of Nina, how she defends people like Jon Jones, who are women abusers, who are awful human beings, and how she befriends people like Sean Strickland, who is a known sexist and known misogynist, who makes all these jokes very similar to MMA Guru. And I think that is completely fair as well. I don't like MMA Guru for a lot of his more personal stuff. I think it is kind of annoying to hear him talk about stuff. He's a content creator who makes a video like Jon Jones is gay and makes a 3-part series diving into some dude's sexual life, when in reality you could say, hey, Jon Jones is a piece of shit because he hit a pregnant lady, which he did in his video, but that doesn't get views. What gets views is this salacious title like, oh, look at me, I'm making fun of a gay dude. Oh, I'm just being a journalist. That's MMA Guru. When he's not talking about the sport in a more critical sense, a more analytic sense, he's just kind of miserable. And again, I keep saying that, but it's just the truth. It's just a guy who's just clout chasing. But when he's right, he's right. When Nina Drama is getting offended, which she has every right to, and call him out, which she has every right to, he can also call out that she is hypocritical, and I think he has a point. Now, 2 wrongs don't make a right. This is kind of a petty, stupid thing when we should be talking about the sport itself. I think at the end of the day, we're the idiots because we're fueling this. I don't think he would have made a video if no one responded. I think he would have just been silent. He would have talked about the sport itself and then moved on. Because of us, the consumer, we have fed into this, so we have nothing else to blame other than these 2 people having a stupid, petty argument and us watching like it's part of this fucking spectacle that we've made it. It's our fault. We as viewers shouldn't be watching it. And as it stands, he has like 400,000 views on that video about Nina, and it's like, there's no winners here. We're all just a bunch of losers who like seeing people fight because it's funny and it's stupid.